and then the men come in to finish the job, and then they guide him up over the hill to the Kents, where the Kent family says, why don't we give you something to eat? And he says, no, he says, because I want to give a communion service tomorrow, that's why I came here. And so he passes the night, apparently at times moaning and so forth. And the following day, fascinating day in Ellsworth, Cheney, for example, had nothing to do with this, but he and a Irish woman get shouting insults at one another across the way. Attorney, attorney is in a barber shop, and he hears one of the people describing what went on the other day. And beyond that, the regular Catholic service of worship is held in the church. Members of the community chorus in the Catholic choir break down in tears. They can't complete it. Bapst was so moved he felt that he had to look over the heads of the people so that he wouldn't be brought into tears. At noon he goes back for a lunch or dinner, whatever mean is called, with the Kent family. And to the Kents comes basically the town squire, a very prominent figure in terms of the community, Colonel Jarvis, whose brother had been a congressman. He himself was instrumental in building the road to Aroostook and the Aroostook War. Very prominent, wealthy figure, married to the daughter of one of the Blacks family and so forth. He was a close personal friend of Father Bapst, even though a Protestant. He had, when the attack had been made on the Catholic school, had written over to demand that these people stop doing that. He said, for the first time, I'm embarrassed in my American citizenship and so forth. He caused them to stop. He goes riding back to his house over on the Irish side of the river, on what is now the Surrey Road, obviously. And as he approaches the water, he hears noise. He goes back to find that they had done further work, destruction of the school at that time. Well, the point is that Charles Jarvis comes to the Kent home and said, I would like you to stay with me tonight, Sunday night, the night after this, and I will protect you to the extent of my life. And so the determination is made that he will do that. But then a practical problem emerges. And the problem is, how is Bapst going to get over to the other side at a time there's much almost like civil strife within Ellsworth? And the fellow who had been constantly concerned with Bapst and trying to warn him before was a young man named William, was a man in his late 30s named William Murphy, apparently living somewhere near the School Street area, the like. And he basically had tried to warn Bapst before, urged him not to stay at the Kent house, which is somewhat isolated, but come down in this area where there's some Protestants who won't be likely to attack. So at this particular point, Murphy says, I want to drive you over. And Bapst says, no, I won't have it. You've got 5 children.